Gang, let's take a moment and get better at our process of converting from decibels to milliwatts so we can do it faster as we would need to do in an exam certification kind of environment. Remember, we need to focus on our baseline information, right? Decibels to milliwatts. As we increase additively, right, summing over on the decibel side, we're going to multiply on the milliwatt side. And so what we want to do is think of a number that we're given as an expression that is an accumulation of those values. In other words, if I have, let's say, a value like this, let's take this one, 36 decibels. All right, so what is 36 decibels? Well, we could say that's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 3 plus 3, right? That, if you add all that up, what do you get? 36. For every one of those times where we added by 10 or 3, what we were doing in terms of milliwatts is multiplying by 10 or multiplying by 2. Remember, it's 10 to 10, but we're switching from add to multiply, and 3 to 2. Right? Got to remember that one. Personally, this is just my trick. Do whatever you need to do. But for me, I remember decibels. Hey, look, doesn't it kind of look like there's a 3 inside that decibel right there, that number? So that's how I keep track of it, is decibels right there. All right, so based upon that value, right, 10 times 10 times 10 times 2 gives us what? That's going to be 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000, times 2 is 2,000, times 2 is 4,000 milliwatts, right? So 36 decibels is going to give us 4,000 milliwatts. All right, let's take this other example here, 27 decibels. Now that one gets a little trickier. Recognize that to get to the number 27, what we're going to do is say 27 is 10 plus 10 plus, well, if I add 3 and 3, that only gets us to 26, right? That's not what I wanted. I wanted 27, so let's back that up. How about we add 10, that gets us to 30, minus 3 is 27. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 minus 3. Interesting. Okay, so let's convert that again to our milliwatt values, which means we're multiplying instead of adding, and then we're going to multiply by 0.5, right? Because that's our corresponding value for 3 is 1/2. So that gives us 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000, times 0.5 is going to be equal to 500 milliwatts, all right? So that is our 27 decibels is equal to 500 milliwatts. This is the process that you go through in order to convert. Want to do one more? Okay. How about we take a value like, do something really extreme here. How about we do 64, right? So 64 decibels. How many milliwatts does it take? Now, again, that's a big number. I'm going to see some large values here. So that's 10 times, that's going to be equal to 10, sorry, plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's up to 60, 70 minus 3 minus 3. All right, that gives us 64 when we add, right? Because 70 minus 6 is 64 decibels. So once again, we'll just have to convert that all out. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So 7 tens times 2 times 2. Oh, wait, nope, not times 2. Remember, we're subtracting here. So times 0.5 times 0.5, or times half. So there's 7 of these. So so how about, so 10 followed by 6 more zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 zeros there. So that's going to be 10 million at this point, times 0.5. Okay, that'll be half of, how about half of that? Times 0.5, so we're having it again. So that gives us 2.5 million milliwatts. Okay, and again, we could start measuring those in terms of gigawatts or something like that if we wanted to. But again, the point being, we are now looking at our process here in terms of the values that it has. And that wouldn't be gigawatts. So we could say that's 2,500 watts of power. Again, we could go small too. What about a number like 2 decibels? Could I figure that out in terms of milliwatts? Well, let's see. How about 2? Let's see, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12 minus 10 is going to be equal to 2. Okay, so what would that be? How about, remember, multiply, so 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Then multiply that by 0.1, and that's going to be 1.6. So 2 decibels is equal to 1.6 milliwatts. So big or small, we can do it. Sometimes you just got to get creative with these numbers to come up with the additive values. However, you have a tool, you have a process, and you didn't have to pull out a logarithm. So good job.